So what would happen if a massive political story exploded in the face of the media, but nobody covered it? That's not a rhetorical question. It happened this week with Wikileaks. The story swirling around Hillary Clinton and her aides, thousands of documents taken from the campaign chairman of the Hillary Clinton campaign, John Podesta, but they are not being covered by many in the press. Don't believe us? Take a look at this. Here's a breakdown from last night. These are the three major networks. They covered Trump for a total of 21 minutes and 40 seconds. WikiLeaks got a total of 1 minute and 8 seconds. NBC, the formerly August News Network, completely ignored it. Like it didn't happen. They suppressed it. Media reporter for The Hill, Joe Concha, is here to break down what exactly happened. Joe, I mean, there's really kind of no explanation for this, and particularly NBC. They just don't mention it, like it just didn't occur?
Look, we've been in media long enough. You run the Daily Caller, I cover media. I get that sex always triumphs over substance. Sizzle always beats steak. And if you told me that the Trump story beat the Hillary WikiLeaks and all those revelations on a 2-to-1 ratio, I'd say, all right, fine, I guess I get it. 3-to-1, fine. 23-to-1 last night. Let me give you one more ratio. New York Times today, 11 stories on Donald Trump, including one in the sports section, all negative, of course. That's pretty hard to do. 0 on Hillary Clinton and the WikiLeaks and everything that's coming out about that. It's just remarkable.
So there are a couple of things. I mean, one, I really get the sense that the average reporter doesn't think it's possible to be unfair to Donald Trump. Like, so all bets are off. Whatever you say is fine. Second, embedded in these documents is proof of shameful behavior by many members of the press. John Harwood, for example, who works for both the New York Times and CNBC, part of the NBC empire, is caught giving campaign advice to the Hillary people, sucking up to them, bragging about how much he dislikes Trump. Could that have something to do with the fact that NBC just didn't cover it?
You think NBC said we're going to omit this story because
Well, I don't know.
Harwood...
Someone on their payroll is caught giving campaign advice to a presidential campaign? I mean, that's about the most embarrassing thing a reporter could do. Air quotes around reporter.
I would just love to see accountability in this business. All right, we know that reporters are acting badly, but the people that run these networks, all right, if you're Mark Hoffman over at CNBC, if you're Dean Baquet who runs the New York Times, how do you not at least A, issue an apology after this is revealed about Harwood, it's not speculations, on paper, and B, why isn't there any kind of suspension, any kind of reprimand? And I think that's why people, they view the media and they see nothing happening to these people.
Or even accounting for it. They won't answer questions on it. So here's what bothers me. Not just the normal outrage. The media are liberal. They're carrying water for Hillary. That's obviously true. But they're also devaluing their credibility in a way that long-term might be dangerous to the country. This campaign ends in 3 weeks, after which half the country is never going to believe NBC or the New York Times ever again.
Associated Press does a survey in April that finds that only 6, not 60, like after Watergate, not 16, like Congress's approval rating, 6% of Americans have high confidence in the media. That is disturbing. And when this thing's all said and done, we're not going to need one shower. You know, Hillary acid washed her emails?
Yes.
We're going to have to acid wash ourselves as a media. Maybe not you, maybe not me, but everybody else. I mean, think about what happened at CNN, Tucker, with Donna Brazile giving campaign questions right ahead to that campaign. And she said it happened from time to time she gets the questions. So it happened on multiple occasions. Does CNN run or do an internal investigation in any capacity to get to the bottom, see who the culprit or culprits are? No, they won't do it.
It's funny, they have a media reporter over there who I know likes to be on television. He hasn't mentioned it. Joe, it's great to see you.
The bias of omissions, the worst kind of omission you could possibly have.
It's suppression is what it is. Great to see you, Joe.
Good to see you.